and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Sunday. And you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases. That time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via Amazon, DHL, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that KG outlaw, Waylon Jennings. It is the weekly purchases. And fresh off a trip to LA this week, Mattel Creations revealed this week. Hopefully you guys checked out that live stream. A lot of people saw some stuff, some Easter eggs throughout on that one. A lot of fun out there in LA for the Mattel Creations revealed event. A lot of good times. Much more on the event. I'll have some videos on the channel, some vlog videos, I guess we'll call it, kind of quasi toy hunt kind of style. And you'll also see my podcast this week. Of course, The Kyle Peterson Show, every single Tuesday where podcasts are found. Video cast on YouTube. We'll be filming that this weekend, and we'll go over kind of all the travel, all the logistics, the behind-the-scenes stuff, everything else in a special episode there where we'll kind of ditch the format. It'll just be story time with Kyle the whole time, I guess is what it'll be. But a fun week out there for Mattel revealed, but a sad week as well. At the same time, we lost Phil Campbell of Motorhead. Unbelievable. And there's my old Motorhead shirt. Now, I did make a quick about 5-minute stop at the Rainbow when I was in LA. I wish I would have had time to stay there longer. Ran in, took a little content, paid my respects to Lemmy, and then I grabbed the Rainbow edition of the Motorhead shirt here. I always get their special edition shirts, so I grabbed this, represented, had to pay my respects to Lemmy, and I took it one step further. I finally got to Forest Lawn Cemetery, paid my respects to the grave of Lemmy, and also, who's right there across from him? Good brother, good friend, Ronnie James Dio. So I put the horns up for Ronnie, kissed the marble, and I was off to the races there. But much more on that, of course, in the podcast. So a big, busy week here, traveling, running around, red-eye flights, just turning and burning, rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling. You know how we do it around here. But you also know how the weekly purchases go. Got to thank the sponsor, Jay's Toys and Games. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. A lot of good stuff over at Jay's. Didn't get to go there this week because of travel, so I'm going to go pick up a bunch of stuff next week. Can't wait to see what they got in store for me over there. So I'll be buying some stuff. I think they had some new Marvel Legends for me, so I can't wait to dive into those. So much more on that on the channel. And we got a pretty big version of weekly purchases here. A lot of stuff through the door, especially when I got home. There was package after package, a lot of stuff to get into. So we'll get into all of it here on the channel. But of course, we got a few other things to get to here. Now, we talked about Phil Campbell dying from Motorhead. That is really rough. Never good to die on the surgery table. So I don't know what happened there. I guess we'll find out maybe in the future. Maybe we'll never find out. But we do know another key member of Motorhead is gone. And for me, growing up, obviously, I wasn't alive in the 70s. And, you know, I was still wearing diapers in the early 80s, Todd McFarlane. So I wasn't around for that. But my era was with Phil Campbell on guitar. All the times I saw him, Phil Campbell was on guitar. So not quite, of course, the loss of Lemmy, but pretty darn close up there. Phil was a heck of a guy. So now really Mickey D is the only long-time member still around. There was a couple of people that floated in, but they don't have kind of the name of the Mickey D's of the world who plays with the Scorpions now. But rest in peace, Phil Campbell. Rest in peace, one, of course, Chuck Norris. Died on Friday. I'm never going to say I was the biggest Chuck Norris fan. I respected the Chuck Norris as one does, but I was never a Walker, Texas Ranger guy. I never enjoyed that show. A lot of people did. It just wasn't for me. But I did love some of his early martial arts movie. You know, the Bruce Lee thing. I think it was the first time I ever saw him. And then what was it? Delta Force? Delta Force guy. When are we going to get we are. Trick or Treat's getting us Delta Force figures. I was going to say, when are we going to get Delta Force figures? Now we got to get them for sure. That's what we need. But we need them in the classified style is what we do need. But I remember the Karate Fighters or whatever his toys were back in the day as well. I always wanted those. Never got those. But shout out to Chuck Norris. Shout out to Phil Campbell. And then shout out to Ginger Wildheart. Apparently he's got cancer and he doesn't want to do anything. He's like, yeah, I'll die in 2 to 3 years. I'm just going to live my life. So I'm a big fan of the Wildhearts. A lot of people don't know the Wildhearts, but if you do, yep, they're a real one if you know the Wildhearts. But Ginger Wildheart, I don't know, hard time. So that's the housekeeping. Not a lot else going on. It was a busy week, as I did say, but we do got a little question of the week. That means only one thing. Let's bring in the mail girl. Let's bring Angie. It's time for the question of the week. All right, Angie's here. That means only one thing. Time for the question of the week. Angie, how are you?
I'm good.
Oh, good to see you here again. Looking good in yellow. And, Angie, we come home from California. We left, it was like 10 degrees in a blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
We come back, it's 80, and today's like 86.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. In like
Gorge.
3 days, we get 60, 70 degree swing. So we're here for it. Brought some of that California weather back home, I guess is what we did. But Angie, we had quite the week this week, did we not?
Very busy.
Very busy. No rest for the wicked. It was a vacation week for me from work. And man, I am just, I'm scared how long my work week's going to be next week trying to catch up. I missed 50 hours a week, of course, being on vacation. So I'll have to catch up on those 50 hours plus a new 50, 60 hours. I'm going to be extremely busy this next week. Plus videos, catch up, all that kind of stuff. No rest for the wicked, though. Ozzy Osbourne style. And you feel like you just got out of the sun. You're very warm. My hands are cold. Oh, a nice hot warm bath.
You're tanner than I am.
Oh, well,
Rude.
I just got to look good on camera, I guess. But yeah, you had a nice warm bath. I'm sure that was adventurous as it usually is.
Lots of shaving.
Lots of shaving. Got all clean.
Removal.
Oh, hair, you're like a Bigfoot. I'm sure. But Angie, clean as a whistle. I'll check later. We'll see what happens. But Angie, we got the question of the week here, and we're going to dive into it. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, go for it.
Josh V002. I love to get some behind the scenes of the Mattel reveal. How do you find out? What did you know beforehand and in the moment?
Et cetera, et cetera.
Et cetera, et cetera.
So I wanted to lead with that here. We're not going to give all that right here. Save this, hold this question. We'll put it in the podcast this week. The podcast this week going to be a little bit, not usual segments, maybe a little bit of those segments, but we're going to give the whole story of the trip, what we did, what we knew, what we found out, behind the scenes that Mattel revealed, the after show, all that kind of stuff. We'll get to all of that. So save that question, or we'll answer that in the process of episode. What episode are we on?
I have no idea. 55?
53, 54, 53, I think. Uh-oh.
I know, that's why I'm laughing.
I feel a little friend down below our feet. It is our dog Ace. We'll see. Hopefully he won't bark. We're not going to let him get up here.
Well, he got to us this time. Last time he couldn't
got
get to
through.
us.
What's he doing? He's laying down. So
that's good.
Camera shy this week, old Ace. But we'll talk all about the Mattel revealed, all about the trip to California on the podcast this very Tuesday. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Listen to it on your podcast. Listen to it on YouTube. Thumbs it up. All that fun stuff like Angie does each and every week. But we'll get to it, like I said. So a lot to talk about that whole event. And if you got questions for that, you can stick it in the question of the week comment in the last episode of the YouTube, or email TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. And we might answer it over there, but we'll get to a lot of stuff. So check out the podcast this week for the behind the scenes of the Mattel Creations revealed event. Angie, question of the week. What is it?
The dog's licking my feet.
That was actually me. I got a really long tongue. I got a long tongue. Get deep in there.
Oh my God. All right. Jesso Kelly. Hey, Kyle, what a dream match. Wait, sorry. What is a dream match we never got that you would like to see? Mine is Punk versus Piper, with Piper being the big influence on Punk, and them both being great promo guys. I think the build-up would have been super entertaining, and the match would have been wild. Thanks.
Yeah, I think that would have been really good. It would have been really interesting the way that one would have went. With Punk being such a Piper fan, would he hold back? Would it not be? Sometimes those matches, those dream matches, don't live up to the hype. But I would say if you had to list 5 dream matches for me, I'm sure that would be on my list. That's a good one there. Angie, you have any dream matches? Any dream matches? You want to take me on in a dream match? No. Okay, you don't have anything, because Angie's like, I don't know. Angie's like, I don't know what matches have happened and not happened. That's her problem, probably. But there's definitely one that sticks out for me. I know people would hate it. I know it wouldn't be a very good match, but little Kyle would just be on the couch, jumping up and down, pulling every hair out. He wouldn't know what to do. I know who I'd be for, but boy, it would have been amazing. It would have been Prime Time Surfer Sting versus Prime Time Ultimate Warrior, the Battle of the Paint. Can you imagine? I would have loved to actually seen it one step further. If they didn't want to do that because of egos or whatever, if it was an interpromotional match, maybe it goes to a draw or whatever, but I would love to see that. But on the flip side of that, if they want to do something different, maybe it would be like Ultimate Warrior and Axe and Smash Demolition representing WWF versus the Road Warriors, Legion of Doom, and Sting in a 6-man match. That would have been something. So Warrior versus Sting, I'd say Warrior all day long. I'm a Stinger. I love Stinger, but Warrior, come on, the bigger draw. I don't care what people say. He would have won. But if you go to the 6-man, Demolition and Warrior versus Legion of Doom and Sting, I'm going Legion of Doom and Sting. I'd have to. I'm sure Axe would take the fall. That's what would happen. But those would have been dream matches for little Kyle. The face paint wars. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine what my life would be like if that would have happened. I'd probably be wearing face paint right now if that match would have dived into.
Do they smear their paint on their opponent when they're sometimes?
Sometimes you see that. We saw that just the other day. I saw that, I should say. I saw R-Truth versus somebody the other day, and he had some face paint on his face against...
just rub each other.
Whoa, what are you rubbing right now? Holy cow. Holy cow. We'll fill that up later. But yeah, that would be my dream matches. The face paint stuff from my childhood would be absolutely amazing. You know, another match I would love to see I would love to see Brock Lesnar versus Dr. Death Steve Williams. I love especially All Japan Pro Wrestling era Dr. Death against Brock Lesnar. They'd probably have Lesnar win, but man, Dr. Death would not be one to mess with back then. I absolutely love stuff like that. Those are the ones off the top of my head. I'm sure I could list off 1,000 different ones, but those would be the ones I'd want to see, Angie. And Angie, I got a bonus trivia point for you. Do you know what wrestler wore this t-shirt I'm wearing right now?
Oh, God.
Do you have any thoughts on this shirt? Is it ugly? Is it beautiful? Is it artistic?
It's a little weird. Like
a little weird.
R-Truth or something?
Yeah, it's R-Truth. No, do you think I could wear this to dinner? Would you sit by me?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I wear it tonight?
Sure.
Ooh, look at that. So I will wear it to dinner tonight. Apparently we're getting tacos. Well, we're just keeping that California vibe alive, I guess. One more day. Too bad my Wrangler is in storage right now. It would be a perfect time to get the Wrangler out tonight. However, you know, April showers are coming, so yeah, we'll see. But Brian Pillman. You ever heard of Brian Pillman? What do they call him? They call him Brian Pillman, as far as you know. But Brian Pillman wore this shirt. So you guys can probably guess what review I was just doing to be on the channel very soon.
I couldn't.
Brian Pillman.
I didn't know which one.
So there you go. But that's about it. We have a lot to talk about the California trip. I don't want to put this into a 10-hour video. We'll save it all for the podcast over there. But how about one quick one to put Angie on the spot? What was your favorite thing we saw in California?
You on live TV.
Me on live TV or live stream. There you go. Sure. Angie was so proud, and a lot of people saw Angie there in the crowd. A lot of people, eagle-eyed viewers. Angie didn't know she was going to be. No, it wasn't. And then I said, well...
Thank God I looked decent. Like, I was like,
you looked okay. I'm glad you put clothes on. She was walking around. She's like, I'm in California. I can wear a bikini the whole time. Nobody can stop me. But she had actual clothes on that day. But Angie, it was, you were just going to sit in like the, I don't know, what is that? The waiting room? Area, I don't know what that is. And I was like, hey, she's my plus one. Could she be part of the audience? Like, yeah, sure. We can use more people. I'm like, why didn't they ask us? But I'm glad I did. So you got the purple wristband, and then they just said, hey, follow the directions of the stage crew and clap and stuff. And
what were all those people, like other influencers or something?
Some were.
Weird.
Am I an influencer? I don't know about that. I'm something.
That's just what they call you.
They call me that. I'm something. I don't know if I'm an influencer.
You're a content creator.
That's true. You know, I'm a man of many nicknames. You better not tell them the nicknames you give me all the time.
I'll keep it PG.
But, you know, influencer is such a weird word. And it's got kind of a negative to it a little bit.
Really, I feel like influencers like try to get people to buy stuff.
And I do, because hey, shop at Jay's Toys and Games, stuff like that. But I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what I am. I guess I am an influencer, kind of. I mean, anybody that posts anything is an influencer. I mean, if you were posting on Instagram, you would be influencing people like, oh, I just had the greatest Starbucks of my life. I guess that's influencing in some ways, even if it's planting the seed. Yeah. But I feel like I'm more of just your old buddy Kyle that's having a discussion. That's how I think of it. Yeah. Whether or not I influence you or not. And I'm telling you what I think of something, and you might not agree with what I think. So it's a weird thing. But I guess at the end of the day, content or creator, influencer.
But nobody pays you to say anything.
Yeah, nobody
say whatever.
Yeah, nobody's going to tell me what to say. And there's this funny.
I probably could.
Well, for the right price. Ted DiBiase had it right. Everybody has their price. But they did say, too, and we'll get to it more in the podcast, about, like, if you don't like the item out of here, that's okay, but just don't be over the top negative. Basically saying, just pretend like you like it. And some people said, boy, Kyle really loved that Stone Cold. And then there was other comments, Kyle really hated that Stone Cold. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth, and it was exactly what I said on the show, but I'll tell you all about my thoughts about it on longer form. Tell you all about it, how they switched my question up, how they put me on the spot, all the fun that was had, and there's a lot to talk about. Hopefully I'll be able to get through.
And I'll tell you what I thought he thought.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
From your reaction.
And hopefully we can keep that podcast to about an hour. So we'll see what ends up happening. So much more on that. But if you want to be the question of the week here for next week, put it in the comments down below. If you have a question about Mattel Creations Revealed or any of that, you can stick that down in the comments of this video. But Angie, I don't know if that's going to work because we're going to film that podcast tomorrow. And tomorrow is when this drops. So the timing might not line up. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Anything else before we go get dinner?
We might tell a story about some Baywatch babes.
We may do that. That's true. The mystery was solved. The mystery was solved here with a late night Instagram message from my wife. She said, I couldn't reach over in bed and tell you. I couldn't text you. I couldn't call you.
I wanted to see.
But I will send you an Instagram message. I will do that in the middle of the night.
I'm so old.
And I blocked you.
I thought I sent it on Instagram, but I sent it on Facebook.
Keep you guessing all the time over here.
Keep me off the internet.
Keep her guessing. Keep your OnlyFans up. It's doing record numbers last month. I don't know. It was cold outside, but it was warm on the OnlyFans, Angie. There's no doubt. I couldn't believe some of the stuff you were doing. But the produce shopping was a step too far. That's all I'm going to say. But there it is. You want to be the question of the week? Put it in the comments down below. But Angie, it's time for the weekly purchases. All right, time for round number 1 of weekly purchases. And let's call this the Mattel portion. How about coming off of the Mattel Creations Revealed event? Here's some of the things from Mattel that came in this week, and I'll tell the stories along the way. I did get Street Fighter Batista, the Walmart exclusive, in the mail from Walmart. These are shipping out right now or have been in and out of stock all week, including John Cena as Guile as well. So I got both of these through the door from Walmart, part of Walmart Collector Con. Kind of, I guess not really. I guess it was more Dominic and Yoko and Warrior, but these two are shipping from Walmart. And I already unboxed Bianca on the channel this week. Check out that video if you did miss it. Now, I did get a few pickups at the Mattel Creations Revealed event. They did give us a little swag bag on our way out, and they gave my wife one. She was my +1 guest, so they gave her a bag and they gave me a bag. So that was pretty fun. We got a double up club maybe, but the bags were separate. They were different, so that was kind of fun. So here was what was in my swag bag. Here's what they gave me at the Mattel Creations Revealed event. They gave me the 2-pack of The Rock right here. So we got this one. You guys have seen this. We unboxed this last year on the channel. What is time? I guess it was technically last year. So this was in mine, and this NWO cup was in mine. So my wife's going to take this, or the kids are going to take this apparently. But I did get these two there from the Mattel event. So I got those, and then in my wife's bag, my wife's box, but in there we did get the Masters Universe coffee mug here, so she can drink her coffee out of this every morning. You know me, I don't need any coffee, but we got that. And then the other one was one I actually wanted to get mint on card, so I guess lucky me. It is Swiftwind and She-Ra. We saw this pack last year as well from Mattel Creations, but this was in her boxer bag once again. So I got that for the collection here. So that was our swag bag boxes. But I wasn't done with some other stuff I did get. Now, while I was there, and you'll see video of this, I did go to the Mattel store, and you never know what you're going to find in that Mattel store. Unfortunately for me, there wasn't the WWE Superstars. I saw people getting Hacksaw and Demolition a couple of weeks ago. I was not lucky enough. There was only one thing I found, and it was $20. But then I walked around the store, and in the back corner, for those that have been there, there's a green tag section for damaged product stuff, and it's all 50% off. And that's where your boy Kyle Shine got to get a deal. And I did for $10, Masters Universe Origin Zodak from the 2000 series here. So I needed this in the collection. It's the only one they had of the wave. They had like 50 of this guy, but he's ripped. They're ripped on the card. Well, you guys know I opened these. So for $10, I said, I'll take Zodak in the collection for $10. So I did pick him up at the Mattel store. So I did get that one. And then they were nice enough at the event to gift me this Laser Light Superman. How about He-Man? Laser Light He-Man here. So I do got this one, Laser Power He-Man. Easy for me to say. Got this through the door there as well. So they had these in stock. No Stone Cold in stock, though. I was shocked by that. But I did get this one. We will unbox that on the channel. If not already, Patreon for sure by now. So we did get those. But I wasn't done. I got some more Mattel products through the door this week. How about the new He-Man from the little kids line? I said, I'm going to buy one of these, and I'm just going to see what all the fuss is about and call it quits. You can only collect so many lines, and I don't need the little kids line here. But I did get He-Man as part of that. So I picked that one up. Now, I'm a little bit more excited for this version of He-Man, the new Chronicles series. New scale, new size, new attitude, new movie as well. So we got He-Man right here, as we can see. But not done with He-Man. I got Man-at-Arms got Triclops as well. So we're going all in on the new He-Man movie. Apparently got these figures here. A lot of people finding the Scareglow from this line at Walmart's right now. I'm hoping I can find that if I can ever get out to stores again. Still playing catch up in life here. But I get these guys through the door. So you'll see these unboxings very soon on the channel. But that is round number 1 of the weekly purchases. Time to bring on round number 2. All right, time for round number 2. Looking like 3 rounds this week here. And this one I unboxed literally moments before I got on the plane, and then I edited it on the plane. I edited like 10 videos on my plane travels this week. But I did get to bring home all the action. Macho Man Randy Savage. Look at that big deluxe card. Check out the unboxing already on the channel. That did come through this week. So check that out if you did miss that. Also unboxed this one already, the latest Big Rubber guy. It's the Evergreen Edition. Nature Boy Ric Flair in a suit. Check out the video if you did miss that along the way this week. Also got my good friend Joe Bob Briggs, of course, just a drive-in kind of guy. Got the glow-in-the-dark one. Fright Rags, I think that was the website. They had this on clearance. They had a big sale over there, 20% off and all this. So I said, I'll get that. Have one of these cases lying around. Going to use it as a nightlight. Joe Bob the Nightlight, that's what I'm going to use. But I did pick that one up this week. And then the last round here from Matt Maniac's Nerd Closet. We got the Major Players 2-pack. Got the film still on these here. We got the Hardy Boys right there, the old brothers. And then we got the Brothers in Paint. We got the Powers of Pain. And look at this, the Road Warriors in the black. Oh, playing all the hits here. You know me, I'm a Road Warriors guy. I'm a Powers of Pain guy too. But Road Warriors, my all-time favorite. Cool to see them back this time in black. You know we'll do comparisons, all that other stuff. But glad to have some new Matt Maniacs through the door. A lot of good stuff coming from this brand. Can't wait to see where the future holds for this brand. More soon on the channel, I am sure. And that's round number 2. We got one last round. It's the Holoathon, round number 3. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop the clock. Got another special delivery here today. Can't believe it. The time has finally come. The long wait is over. Very excited to get into these figures here on the channel. It's time for the Pinnacle collection. We got Brian Pillman. We got King Kong Bundy. We've got, of course, Double J, Jeff Jarrett, and we got the one I'm most excited for, Abdul the Butcher. Pinnacle Series 1 is here. About a year wait time or so. Looking pretty good, giving me old school McFarlane and NECA vibes a little bit. Can't wait to dive into these on the channel. You know we're going to run all these through their paces, so stay tuned for that. But very excited to get these through the door here today. A late delivery here today, but also got another thing slowly trickling in. Got my boy Grover. Yep, Super Grover through the door as well. So there's a little whoa, 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 stop the clock. All right, let's finish off with round number 3 here. That's usually the round I call it quits on. It's round number 3, but here we are at round number 3. A little Target Holoathon action. But before we get to the Holoathon, right in between segment 2 and 3, got a little knock at the door. It was the Amazon guy, and he dropped off the brand new Ultimate Rock. I didn't even realize this was shipping. I guess I missed the news on that. Unfortunately, ripped on the packaging here. It did come in a bag. It's all right, though. I'm opening it up. You guys know how we do it around here. But I did get the Rock through the door, so be on the lookout for that unboxing very, very soon. But then the hits keep on coming. A little Holoathon, black and white Phantom of the Opera. Interesting enough. A little controversial. We'll get into it in the unboxing. It would be great if dear old dad would come over for this one. I don't think that one's in the cards, though. But I did get Phantom of the Opera. Did get the new Usagi Turtles. We got Leonardo. Got Michelangelo. And then that's it. No Donnie, no Raphael. Like I said, Peanuts left, Scraps left. Hopefully I could track down the other two. But Usagi was there. So did get the old bunny, our friendly bunny there. So I did get him there. Missing those other two. But the hits keep on coming for the Turtles. Toka and Rozar Robot Edition through the door. So I did get this one. So that's always good to get that. But that's it. That's all from Holoathon. I still need to get Terrifier. I still need to get the Pennywise. I still need to get the Raphael, the Donatello. Need to get Pee Wee Herman, I think, as well. That might be it. I think I'm skipping the Bride of Frankenstein 2-pack. I don't know if there's enough meat on the bone for me on that one. But Holoathon, always an expensive time of year. Got a little bit of work to do to get the rest of those. We'll see if we can find them. I guess at worst, hopefully I can get them offline. So we'll see where it goes there. But that's it. That is the weekly purchases. What did you think? What did you pick up this week? What was your haul like? How did your Holoathon go? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. And of course, don't forget about the good old podcast with my wife, Angie. You want to check it out this week. A little bit more Mattel Creations revealed news in that one. So stay tuned to that as well. So there it is for another week of weekly purchases. You know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week. And hopefully I don't lose my voice.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?